Okay, for those of you that don't know, I am planning a series pitch for the Jim Henson Company that I call the Inside Outsiders. And it's going to be in the form of a half-hour live-action puppet series, which will be on, streaming platforms, like Hulu Plus and, Peacock, Apple TV, things like that. And the target audience is all ages and nostalgia-focused adult. So, the premise is, deep in the basement of the Museum of Human History, there is a lost and found bin unlike any other. It doesn't hold umbrellas or mittens. It holds the first feelings that children accidentally outgrow. These 5 creatures, the personified echoes of a child's earliest complex emotions, live in a sprawling, felt-covered workshop called the Archive. Their job? To maintain the emotional balance of the world above. When a child, or adult, feels a static storm, which is emotional confusion, the Inside Outsiders must craft a memory patch to help them through it. Here's a basic idea of what I would have the characters sound like. So for the character of Joy, she has this high-pitched, fluttering, and perpetually out-of-breath voice. So it's kind of like a combination of Miss Piggy and Big Bird. And she also has this she has a whistle sound on her S kind of sounds, like air escaping her balloon. And when she gets excited, which she always does, her voice cracks into a frantic operatic warble. So, for example, it's just oh, I can't wait to see what's going on today. Kind of like that, Now, for fear, it's sort of deep and rumbly and sort of in the back of the throat. Kind of sound like Gonzo, but I don't really have a deeper voice, so that's kind of what we're going to have to do for now. But Dave Goelz is basically perfect for that role. So, okay, now for Anger, it's really interesting because he has a very sharp staccato and very sort of a New York accent. And he basically has this very unique pronunciation on his words. Sort of like Rizzo the Rat, but kind of like that. Now for Sadness, he has this deep, slow, snuffleupagus style drawl to his voice. Kind of like, oh, sad, very, very sad. Kind of like that. And finally, we have Disgust. So, her voice is kind of pinched and upper crust and incredibly bright. It kind of sounds like a more judgmental and feminine version of Kermit the Frog, but it kind of also leans into Miss Fowl at the same time. Kind of like that. In short, it's a series that I would love to make a reality, because it's basically based on my experience with processing complex emotions, because I'm autistic and I kind of have problems with that,